Welcome to the Bizarre Phenomena channel. Here we dive into the most mysterious, enigmatic, and bewildering stories from around the world. Real tales that defy scientific explanation. Get ready to be amazed and intrigued as we explore the unknown. Welcome to the extraordinary. In the calm village of Galeki, nestled in the Sibsagar district, lived an 8-year-old boy named Bahar. Bahar was a spirited child, known for his restless and adventurous nature. The simplicity of village life had turned him into a vagabond, always exploring and getting into mischief. He spent his days herding cattle, fishing in the village ponds, and stealing ripe fruits from the orchards. Bahar had a special knack for flying kites and playing marbles, often at the expense of his schooling. One evening, as the sun began to set and the sky turned a deep shade of orange, Bahar did not return home. His parents, growing increasingly anxious, searched the usual places, his favorite fishing spots, the orchards, and the fields. As night fell and Bahar was still nowhere to be found, a sense of dread settled over the family. The villagers rallied together, scouring every corner of Galeki with lanterns in hand, calling out his name into the night. For 2 agonizing days there was no sign of Bahar. His mother, overcome with worry, became frail, unable to eat or sleep. The village, once filled with the sound of Bahar's laughter, was now blanketed in a somber silence. Then, on the morning of the third day, a miraculous sight greeted Bahar's family. There he was, lying unconscious in the courtyard of his home, drenched in mud from head to toe. His ears were packed with mud, and his hair and skin were caked with it. A crowd quickly formed around him, his mother and siblings rushing to his side in tears. The village doctor or bees examined Bahar and reassured everyone that he would recover once he regained consciousness. Villagers took turns cleaning the mud off Bahar's body, and soon he began to stir. His mother bathed him, whispering words of comfort, and offered him food. Everyone was eager to hear what had happened and how he had ended up in such a state. With wide eyes and a shaky voice, Bahar began to recount his harrowing experience. He had been at the Mitika Beel, his favorite fishing spot, when he saw a mysterious figure emerging from the shadows. The figure was unlike anything he had ever seen, tall and dark-skinned, with a texture that resembled fish scales. Its large hands had long, sharp fingernails, and its feet were webbed like a duck's. The figure's eyes glowed like a cat's, and its nose was broad and flat, resembling a buffalo's. Before Bahar could react, the figure grabbed him and dragged him to a tree with a hollow opening. They entered the tree, and Bahar found himself in a large, dimly lit room where 4 other similar figures were waiting. The mysterious figure tied Bahar upside down, stuffing his mouth and ears with mud, and began smearing mud all over his body. Terrified and unable to move, Bahar watched as the figure took a sharp object and moved closer to his neck. Just when it seemed his fate was sealed, another figure, resembling a female with breasts, intervened. She pushed the male figure away, protecting Bahar from harm. This female figure stood guard, thwarting any attempts by the male figure to approach Bahar. Meanwhile, 2 smaller figures about Bahar's size poked at him, their curiosity evident. Gradually, the fear and exhaustion overwhelmed Bahar, and he lost consciousness. The next thing he remembered was waking up in his own courtyard, surrounded by familiar faces. As Bahar finished his tale, the villagers were left in stunned silence. They exchanged uneasy glances, the reality of Bahar's encounter weighing heavily on their minds. What were these mysterious beings, and why had they taken Bahar? The questions lingered, but one thing was certain: Bahar's story would become a part of the village's lore, a chilling reminder of the unknown that lurked beyond their familiar world. In the days that followed, life slowly returned to normal. Bahar's parents kept a closer watch on him, and the villagers were more vigilant, wary of the strange figures that Bahar had described. Though Bahar continued to explore and play, A new sense of caution tempered his adventures. The memory of his encounter remained vivid, a constant reminder of the thin veil between the known and the unknown in the tranquil village of Galeki. In upcoming videos, I'll endeavor to present stories about all these demons and explore other intriguing phenomena. Feel free to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Goodbye for now.